Smiley Day Geeks. Welcome back to the Geek Cider Show. I'm Josh.
I'm Anna.
And in this video, we're going to be discussing Critical Role Campaign 3. What episode?
Episode 9.
Is episode 9.
Episode 9.
Wow. So if you haven't seen it yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we talk about from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. So, with all the things going on in this episode, my main thing at the end here is I really hope Laudna, Imogen, and Fern don't stand up pretty.
Yeah. And
even accidentally.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I don't think they would do it on purpose. I'm worried that a week between establishing the date and then going on the date that the, like Laura and Marisha and Ashley will just forget about it. So hopefully somebody reminds them or they remember and that they don't stand him up because
he's such a sweet guy. And then, standing up the fat guy, that hits a little bit home. that's something that I really relate to. So and pretty, okay, so anybody who's seen the Darrington Brigade, that one shot when Liam's character, whose name I cannot remember.
It was something like Pretty.
No,
it wasn't Pretty, but it was similar.
He was like mostly blind, and then he got glasses, and then when he could like finally see clear, he was like, "You're pretty. This is pretty." Like everything was pretty.
Yeah.
So I think Pretty is probably the offspring of Liam's character from the Darrington Brigade, and I absolutely love it. I hope Pretty comes back.
Yes, I love Pretty so much.
Oh my god, falling in love with an
NPC.
with an NPC, an ogre who's a cook. But like the big important stuff as far as the story goes, we got, I think, a pretty significant lore dump. We found out about an entity known as the Nightmare King.
Yeah.
And I think we at least heard that entity's voice.
Yes.
And it sounded a lot like Duggar. And I think Matt did that on purpose. I think he's cluing us in that this is the person behind the metamorphoses, the transformations going on in this location.
And they didn't leave through the door, which means they have another entrance into the secret room, like the tunnels.
Yeah, the Nightmare King didn't follow the guy whose name I'm terrible with names. I apologize, but yeah, he didn't follow him out.
Yeah, the Nightmare King did not follow him out. That was the first thing I noticed because I was expecting the Nightmare King to come in on Chetney, and it wasn't. Which means they had another exit out of that room that, the business guy didn't use. So that very much hit home to tunnels, the spiders, the shade creepers, like it's all connected.
The thing that really cracked me up in this episode is it demonstrated perfectly how something as innocuous as a door can completely derail almost an entire session. Yeah. Because it happened three times.
3 times they had issues with doors in this one episode.
I mean, the only thing that can, derail a session like more efficiently than something like that simple is like just a completely chaotic player.
Yeah.
Who does it on purpose. Like that's the only thing. Favorite part of this episode?
I have to say Fern.
Fern at the beginning.
Yes, So I have a character coming up in our next campaign that we play after our current campaign is finished, and it's a fairy rogue, and I have already decided that this character is going to be a pathological liar. This character is Fern. Like, I love Fern so much. I'm like, this is the chaotic energy I want to bring to my fairy, and I'm like, ooh,
built that character like almost a year ago.
Yeah, I built the character a while ago.
It was while fairies were still a UA and not official. Yeah,
they weren't official yet. But like, I didn't have like a personality or anything fleshed out, but I do have like in my character bio, it says pathological liar. And Fern is a pathological liar. She lies about everything, even when she doesn't need to. There were numerous times during this episode alone where she lied about something that she absolutely didn't need to lie about. She just did to lie.
Did you think she was going to try to pilfer the monocle? I did.
I did.
I thought
yes.
she was going.
I
I'm try
actually
to take it.
tweeted during. I was tweeting during the episode, and I tweeted, "Please don't steal that monocle."
I thought she was going to go for it. Instead, she was
Or
like,
I think
instead
I-
she just asked for it, like
Yeah.
they were going to give it up.
Actually, I think I tweeted, "Please, Fern, don't."
My favorite part of this episode was the last 15 or so minutes when Travis really leaned into playing his rogue.
Yeah.
And he was on his own, and he was, picking locks and getting money and hiding. I'm like, oh man, I'm here for Chetney. And there's like this big like fan theory out there that Chetney's another bait and switch kind of character,
I
that
don't
he's
think
gonna
so.
go away or get killed off or something. And so people are like, Chetney's gonna die, right? Because this is Travis messing with us. No. The way Travis played tonight, I think Chetney is here. Well, not tonight, because that was yesterday. The way he played last night, I think Chetney is here to stay. And I love the not subterfuge, the thing you do when you're hiding and you're stealing
Stealth.
shit. It's the stealthiness and the espionage. That's it. The espionage that you can really do with a very well played rogue. And I'm here. That was one of my favorite parts of Vax, and we haven't had that for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And even when Vax used to go off on his own, it never really worked out. And I feel like here at the end, even though, Chetney had to bail out through the window, it basically worked out. He didn't get made. Nobody's like saw his face and can identify him. He came out with a lot of money, and the map. So I feel like that last 15 minutes was a major success.
Yeah, overall success. It would have been a better success if he could have made it out of there without being caught at all. But like, he stole stuff. He obviously he knew that this guy was going to know somebody was in his office.
And then he threw a tomato at him.
So it would have been nice if he could have snuck out, but
There was no way
still
he was getting through
successful.
that lock. There was no way.
There was no way. DC, even if Matt reset the DC because it's from the other side, it would still be a DC 25, and that's a lot for level 3.
And the roles for most of this episode were
Oh, God, they were
really
so
bad
bad.
until the very end.
They were so bad, but I mean, honestly, it made for really great role play. This
So,
was
like-
a perfect
like
example
from-
of why shitty roles don't have to be bad necessarily. Just because you can't do the thing that you want to do, you can still roll with that and make for really compelling storytelling.
It's, as a player, I almost like it more when I roll poorly out of combat.
Yes.
In combat, rolling
In
bad
combat,
is
it's
just
just
never
frustrating.
it's
It's
just
never
never
fun.
fun.
No, it really
so,
isn't.
but like during conversations, botching a deception check is one of the funniest things that can happen.
Yeah.
Especially if you're telling a terrible lie.
Yeah.
Also, Gurge,
Yeah, we call that.
definitely
a
a werewolf
werewolf.
or a were-being.
Yeah, were-being,
But
yeah.
but with the direwolves, werewolf.
Yeah.
And Fern with there was dire wolves. One of them was a big white fluffy one. And also Fern stole back the Allhammer earring and used it to pay for half of a bottle of
Really bad
liqueur.
liqueur.
Which was, I really wanted that to just get back and forth the whole campaign. So the fact that the Allhammer necklace earring is gone is a bummer, but I'm glad Ashton got her back.
Yes, yeah, and got. I think it's
chamber
poetic that he
pot.
got the chamber pot. But I kind of think this is going to be a thing between them where. So Ashton just pickpocketed her. Now she'll pickpocket them, and then they'll pickpocket her, and it's just going to go back and forth through the whole campaign.
And there's
I
no
kinda love
animosity
it.
there.
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. Like neither one's
It's
upset
very playful.
with the other. Yeah, like they're like, all right, yeah. If you're able to do it,
Game
props.
recognizes
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Another thing that bears mentioning is Dorian messed up real bad this episode and clued the bounty hunter in and potentially gave them a lead to finding his brother.
Yeah, he needs to not go see his brother again.
He needs to, well, he's got the sending stuff.
He does.
He needs to just
he
use
needs
that.
to-
Don't go see
Yeah,
him.
he needs to go see Orm privately
Just
and
assume you're being followed all the time
yeah,
at this point.
and talk to his brother and let his brother know, like, I think I've been made. You cannot see me again, because that could be the catalyst to Robbie leaving, and I'm going to be in denial about that, and he's staying forever.
Going to Lord Esteros about it was the smartest thing that they could possibly do. Like, get this guy out of town. Use whoever you need to use, get him out. But yeah, Dorian needs to stay out of it.
Yeah.
Because he's going to lead him right to his brother.
Yeah.
And while we're on that subject, Ashton talking about, family's got to take care of family. It's, Ashton likes to play this, or Ashton likes
asshole.
he likes to, or they like to pretend to be this kind of aloof, I don't care about anything. Ashton feels a lot.
Yeah.
And they hide it very well, but every once in a while it creeps out.
Yeah. Ashton's very much like, I don't do friends, and then initiates
buys treats
for
everyone.
Buys a sandwich for everyone. Initiates a get to know each other icebreaker question game so that they can all get to know each other. Like, they are absolutely like the mother hen of the group, taking care of everybody. And I kind of, because we haven't had anything come up about their family at all. So I don't know if they have family necessarily, but for me, I feel like, especially because, like, for punk and, like, the punk community, found family is really important. And, like, you take care of your family, and that includes the people you've decided are family, not necessarily the people who are family. And I think they get the impression that all of Cyrus is family. They are family. Like, Dorian considers him family.
And somebody mentioned it might have been Ashton, and I caught it, because I've seen this episode now 3.5 times. 2.5 times.
2.5 times.
And somebody mentioned that, all these people here, I consider my family. I think it was Dorian.
Yeah, I think it was Dorian, yeah.
But that was very pertinent, especially in this episode.
Yeah.
Where, you have Chetney, who is very new to the group, and who was he had a lot of animosity towards Dorian at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're kind of building a little bit of a friendship.
I was going to say they felt very BFF-y in this
little
episode.
bit.
Like very chummy.
Like
and
buddies who were just busting each other's chops a little bit.
Yeah. Like, that was very interesting to have.
Like Chetney grabbing a cookie and being like, you want one? He's like, oh, we can share one. He's like, no, just take one.
Yeah.
like that was really...
And like hiding in his cape, and like they didn't even have to, like, I didn't see any discussion there. Maybe I missed it because there's a lot going on in any one time, but like I didn't see any discussion. He just hid in his cape, and Dorian turned him invisible with no discussion, and they just immediately knew what to do.
They could have been whispering back and forth.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah,
I didn't catch it either.
Yeah, we absolutely could have missed it because there's a lot going on, and you want to naturally look at the person who's talking. So if they weren't talking out loud, you can miss it. But
and that's the benefit of watching it more than once. And I still didn't catch it if they were talking.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have anything else. If there's something you think we should have mentioned, you can let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please let us know by dropping a like on it and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.